Big back, big fat. He literally said, get less garlic parmesan. I don't want any. And then he ate some of your garlic parmesan.
Because you only got me 7 lemon pepper.
Kid, I got you more. You was gonna only have 5 lemon pepper.
Yeah, so you gave me 7.
Right. I could have just got more garlic parmesan and you could have ate them.
But I didn't want to eat garlic parmesan.
Come on.
Because y'all only gave me 7 lemon pepper.
Hey. You don't want to eat a Kai? Where'd you even get this from? I don't know whose water this is. Your phone? Come on! Come on! Well, that whining is starting to get to me, boy. We gotta pray, y'all. Thank you, Jesus, for the nourishment of my mind, body, and soul. Amen. Why do you have to be like that? Huh? Like, why can't you just be normal? You don't have to eat any. But you want some fried... Oh, these are spicy. You're not gonna eat them. Want some wings? Oh! Why must you grab it? Like, why must you turn and then grab it? Like, what do you gain from that? Just eat. We got some barbecue, wings, garlic parmesan, and then the Louisiana voodoo fries, which are very spicy for some reason. Last time I got them, they weren't that spicy. What? Obviously, my son's not hungry. I'm gonna go ahead and eat this. Anyway, yeah. I'm probably not gonna eat all of this. I'm probably gonna eat like half of this, a few fries, and call it a day because I'm not that hungry. Okay, I'll give you guys a story time on how I found out that my ex was cheating. Well, he wasn't really cheating. No, it was kind of cheating. But we had broken up and then like fate gotten back together. But he low-key was cheating on me. So I'm gonna give you guys a story time on that. Pretty much, me and my ex broke up. My son's father, we broke up, and what happened after that? What happened after we broke up? I wasn't planning on telling this story, but I'm telling the story. We broke up. I think it might have been like a week or two after we broke up that he was trying to get back with me. So like we started texting again. He was telling me like a whole bunch of stuff, like I miss you, I love you, I want to be with you, blase, 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 like anything you like guys can think of, honestly. He was telling me all that. So there was a lot of drama in our relationship, and it was a lot of different things going on. It was like very hectic. Like you could tell like the universe just didn't want us together. So we ended up breaking up. After he's like tried to start talking to me again, like literally I went on the no contact phase. Like I'm not gonna talk to him. I'm not even gonna entertain him anymore, because we had been back and forth for a while before we officially like broke up or whatever you want to call it. But I ended up talking to him because he was texting me, and I might have missed him a little bit at the time. And he was literally texting me talking about, I want to be with you, I miss you, da, 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 whatever. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna talk to him and give you a chance. So after we started talking again, I started being mad stupid, I'm not gonna lie. And I was like giving him like that extra, like that wife attention, the stuff that wives are supposed to be doing. So like I knew like what kind of food he liked. I knew what like he didn't like. I knew what he just liked in general. So I was like literally cooking for him and like catering to him, you know, like as a wife should do, which I'm probably never gonna do that ever again, unless I know somebody want to be my husband. But I was doing all of that. And he was loving it. He was eating it up. He was eating it up. And he kept feeding me everything I wanted to hear. And I miss you. And it should have never ended. And you're the one for me. And it never whatever guys say. But yeah. So we ended up messing around for like a week or two. Like a good week or two. 2 weeks maybe. That. And y'all probably don't know this, but he does have another kid. So one of the reasons why we broke up was because there was a lot of drama between him and his first baby mother, and it was just too much to deal with. So what happened was, randomly, his first baby mother ended up texting me, talking about her daughter's birthday is coming up, and she wanted the kids, my son and her daughter, to have like a photo shoot together or whatever for her birthday. She was like, I'll pay for it and you could just meet me there or whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, whatever. So what happened was I didn't have a ride to get there. So I literally ended up just asking. What did he do?
He's flipping your brother's car.
Okay. Literally, she ended up inviting us. I didn't have a ride. I ended up texting him saying, like, can you just bring me there? And you might as well just, like, come. Because it's going to be weird with me. Like, around that time, me and her, like I said, we were going through our own little... Can you stop? We were going through a whole bunch of drama or whatever. And I didn't like her at that point. I didn't like her. I still don't like her. The time. So I thought it was weird how she was really trying her hardest to get me and my son to go on this photo shoot. What happened was yeah, I ended up texting him saying, like, can you drop me off, or you might as well just come with us because it's gonna be weird anyway. Like, we might as well make it weirder. Like, just come along, because I really didn't feel like being there with her. So he ended up picking me up the day comes. He ended up picking me up for that day for the event. And as soon as, like, we get in the car, as soon as he comes to pick me up and we're driving to the place, she's blowing his phone up. I thought that was weird, and honestly, that was the issue that me and him were having the whole time. Like, we were together. She would blow his phone up, like, back to 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 back. He'd pick up and she'd say something like stupid that didn't even make any sense, had nothing to do with anything. It was just like irrelevant, and he would just hang up because he's like, I'm not entertaining this. And then she would keep calling. So she started doing that again, and literally it was like a good year of me dealing with that. So I was already like, we broke up for this reason. This was one of the many reasons that we broke up, and I'm still dealing with this. Like, I'm not gonna keep dealing with this. I don't know why I went back. Don't know why I went back, but that was one of the many reasons why we ended up breaking up. And what happened was she started doing that. Apparently, like, he got a text, and we're already at the place. By this point, we're already at the place. He gets a text, and she's like, I'm lost. I don't know how to get there. Blase, blase. And in my head, I'm sitting here like, wait a minute. Like, he wasn't even supposed to come, right? He wasn't supposed to come to this event. You planned this event. You picked the place. You picked the time. You did all of that. If he wasn't dropping me off and he wasn't coming because I asked him to, how was you going to find a place? You mad at him because you don't know where you're going, but you planned this. How was you going to find a place, right? So I think it was obviously because, like, she knew he was coming now, and she knew that he was picking me up, and she felt some sort of way. There was some information that I didn't know at the time that makes everything make sense, and it explains why she was acting the way she was acting. So before I get to all that, we're already at the place waiting for her to get there. She finally shows up, and the first thing she does is she, like, looks at him and, like, she throws a fit. She's like, I was lost. I didn't know how I was gonna get there. How was I gonna get there? You don't know. Like, just the stuff that she be doing. And literally, I was so irritated. Like, as soon as she got there, I'm like, yo, why is she being weird? And he was just, like, kind of just not even saying anything, because he He just wasn't saying anything. We end up going on with the event, with the little photo shoot. Her daughter takes some pictures. My son gets in a few pictures, whatever. While they're taking the pictures, she's like fixing her daughter's dress and making it look all nice and helping her daughter take pictures. Me and him are off to the side, right, for a second. And we're literally for a second. We weren't like off to the side the whole time, but we're off to the side talking a little bit. I was talking to him. And she made a comment like, so you just not going to pay attention to your daughter? You never pay attention to your daughter? Da, 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 da. And she was just being mad weird. Mad weird. Like, she really just didn't want us talking. And in my opinion, I thought that was so weird. Like, you're really trying to make it something else because we're having a conversation. I don't know what you're doing, but it's weird. And after that, like, I started getting really, really mad. I literally started getting so irritated. And it just started bringing up, like, a lot of bad memories, right? Because I had been already dealing with this type of stuff for a while. So she started doing that, and I was like, it was boiling. It was like literally the pot was stirring in my system, and I was getting so mad. And mind you, the whole time like we was together and she would do little things like that, I would hold back a lot of things that I wanted to say, mind you. And so she was doing that. I started getting like mad. I started getting like really mad and like really like annoyed at like what she was doing. So I made like a petty comment. I made a petty comment and I'm like, so are you coming to see me on Monday, or are you coming to see me in a couple days, or are we still hanging out, or whatever the case is? Just to let it be known that like, you know, me and him are talking again. Because I don't think she understood that at the time. So I said that to be a little petty, so she knew like, you're going crazy and he's not done with me. All right, so chill out. And I think that literally triggered her. It literally triggered her, and she instantly like got mad and like just started like moving mad funny and like throwing little comments out there and whatever the case may be. She started like saying, she kept directing her stuff towards him, saying like, yeah, you don't care about your daughter, you always trying to talk to Kobe, and da, 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 da. Like just a whole bunch of dumb stuff, right? So after all that, I need to sip something. After all that, I remember like she just kept talking to the point where I got like really, really mad, and I got in her, and I didn't get in her face. First, I walked away and I started yelling a whole bunch of stuff like, you dumb. Like I started saying, you dumb, you stupid. Like he wasn't even supposed to come. So why are you coming at him? Like, what if he wasn't here? Like, you doing all this for what? You're weird. And then I started getting disrespectful, because I feel like in my head it was a blast from the past. So like instantly, like all the stuff that was thrown at me while me and him were together instantly just came out, and I just started saying anything to hurt her feelings, because she would open her mouth a lot and like not watch what she was saying. She would just say anything, and I think that it was starting to get to me. So I just started saying, you fat, white trash, this, that. I was throwing out anything, honestly. And I walked away. While I was saying that. I kept screaming so she could hear me, and then I walked away, still screaming. Mind you, we're in the middle of the mall. We're not in the middle of the mall, but we're in the mall, in the middle of these people, like, whole business. And I walked outside of the photo shoot place. I walked outside of the store where they was holding these photo shoots, or whatever the case may be. And I ended up like sitting down, relaxing for a second. My son's father had my son at the time, so I walked away. He had my son, and I guess she had her daughter, or whatever the case was. I needed a breather. So I ended up walking back, and she's still talking. She's still arguing with him, like still like, she's at this point, she's kind of playing victim. Like, I just didn't know where to go, and you did it. And that to me was like, you're trying to play a victim and you wanted to start with people. You wanted to start with people. Like, you literally wanted to have an issue, and you felt some sort of way because he was bringing me and you knew he was coming. So that's why that triggered her, or whatever the case was. I don't know what the heck she got going on in her head. But, yeah, so after that, I end up walking back, and she's still talking. She's still running her mouth or whatever. So I get in her face a little bit. Yeah, I like literally, like, this is her, this is me. I'm like walking up on her, and I'm like, you wasn't even supposed to be here. Can you get out?
Nah, because I don't know what the hell you're doing. Excuse me.
Why do you have to walk over the food? Like, that's disgusting.
Nah, but because I walked over the food.
You walked over the food. The open food. You walked your foot over it.
What's wrong with my foot?
Like, you could have just went around.
But I don't get what's wrong with my foot.
That's disgusting. When you eat, I'm going to walk over your food.
I want you to.
Like, that's disgusting.
If you do that, I'm knocking you out. Bro.
Right, exactly. Why would you do that?
Because, like, I had to get to my destination fast. I'm not.
I'm walking in her face. I'm sitting here like, so why are you doing that? I'm screaming at her. She decides to get bold and boop me right in the face, okay? She decides to punch me in my face, y'all. Now, mind you, I've been waiting for this girl to put her hands on me. Me and her have gotten into situations where we almost fought, where she threatened to hit me, and where we were arguing close up, and we threatened, like, she was threatening to hit me. We've never actually got into a physical fight. This was the first time she decided to put her hands on me. She wanted to punch me in my face, call herself doing her big one, whatever the case may be. And I beat her up. Anyway, no, for real though, I literally, like, blacked out. I blacked out, and I just started going like, pop, 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 pop. I went, poof. I grabbed her hair, and I went, poof. That's not funny. I'm sorry. That's not, it is kind of funny. Replaying that in my head, it is really funny because I felt like she thought she could fight, or she felt like she thought she could beat me. I don't know what the case was, but anyway, that ended up happening. I think we both stopped fighting for a second, and then I was still mad because she literally put her hands on me, and I went back for the hit. I went back to beat her. Meanwhile, my son's father over there is like in shock, I guess, and he was holding my son at the time, and he literally drops my son on the ground. And tries to, like, break us up. To me, it's like, why would you, how do you even do that? Like, I understand you're in shock and you might want to stop us from fighting, but I feel like he was more concerned about, like, the two girls that he was messing with fighting than he was his own children. That's kind of what it felt like. Because for me, if it was like two guys fighting over me or whatever the case was, I'm not gonna drop my son. I'm not gonna be like, oh my gosh, like, that's just weird. There was already, and plus there was already workers that were trying to stop us from fighting, so they had already jumped to stop us from fighting. Anyway, y'all, after that we stopped fighting. The workers were like trying to get us out the store, like completely get us out the store. First they was trying to tell me to leave, and I'm like, huh? I'm like telling him, all right, let's go, because you're my bride, let's go, we gotta leave. And he's like, hold on. I don't even know why he was saying hold on. Like, he gotta help her pay or something. He gotta send her half the money or something. I feel like he was really trying not to mess up what he had going on with her on the side, because she was low-key being his little he was tricking her. He was tricking her. Anyway, so he felt like he needed to make sure he still had her on the side and that she wasn't upset. And that's kind of been like a thing with us in our relationship. Like, I can tell he wanted to keep her happy so that he can still mess around with her. So that's kind of what that was giving at the time, and that's what it's been giving the whole time me and him were in a relationship, that he was just trying to keep her happy so she could to like still mess with each other. Anyway, so that happened, and I'm looking at him like, oh, so you really gonna go over there and you just gonna stay with her? You just gonna stay over there? You not gonna come? Okay, great. So he runs into the bathroom, and then I go in the bathroom after him. I'm like, are we leaving? Like, you're my ride. They want me to leave the whole mall. You're my ride. What are you doing? Right? And he's like, hold on, da 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 da. She walks in the bathroom after me. So we're all three in the bathroom. She's chasing after him. Fuck. Like a weirdo. Chasing after him. And I'm sitting here like, all right, I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna just leave the mall because the workers are also following us, telling us like, we gotta go, we gotta leave. So I leave out the mall. I'm like standing like outside. There was these doors, and then there were these other doors. Like there was these doors to leave the mall, and then there was the doors. You know how they have two doors? So there's like a section where you're still kind of in the mall, but not really in the mall. Like it's like a waiting area before you leave the mall. Like I don't even know how to explain that. But I was standing outside of those doors, and one of the workers were talking to me. I was talking to her. I was mostly like expressing my side of the story, and I was like yo, like she's been doing this for mad long, and she put her hands on me, so I had to defend myself and blase blase. The worker was literally trying to calm me down the whole time. Like I felt like she understood where I was coming from, and I'm like, well, he's my ride also, so I can't. And then my son, like I was explaining to her how now I'm even more mad because my son got hurt and he didn't, like he just was acting clueless or whatever. So she was like, yeah, I understand, you just gotta calm down, relax, take a breather, just stay right here for a second or whatever. Meanwhile, they're inside, I guess, paying for the stuff, and I hear her still yelling. She's still arguing, and I think at that point she's trying to fight him. She's arguing with him. So after a while, me calming down with the other lady, and she's talking to me. She's like, just chill out because you don't want them to call the security and it be a bigger thing. And I'm like, all right, you're right. I'm gonna chill out because I know when to chill out. I promise. That's beside the point. So yeah, she's still arguing, and next thing I know, they're trying to kick her out the mall. They're like mad at this point. They're like, you have to go. Like somebody get her out. They're like literally like, somebody get her out of the store. And I remember the lady's like, all right, you can go back in. Like she told me I can go back in because the my son's father was still in there and he was my ride. And I was already calm at that point. She's still yelling. So I walk back in. I see her walking out because she's mad. She's arguing. She's yelling. Whatever. So I go back to my son's father. We end up getting back in the car, and we end up getting back. And he really tried to like play me and like be like, this is why I don't mess with y'all females, and this is why I don't do this, and this is why I don't do that. And I'm sitting here like, huh? Like, were we not in that whole situation? Were we not there when she pulled up starting drama? Were we not there when I said how I felt? Mind you, I was yelling. Yeah, but she came in yelling. Like, before we even, like, got anything started, get these pictures taken, she came in yelling. So why are you talking about y'all? And he likes to do that a lot, where he'll literally, she'll do something, or she'll get mad at me and be mad at him, or whatever the case is, and he'll just put that on me, like, y'all this and y'all that, and you and her, and I'm just thinking like, I'm not worried about this girl. Like, I don't care about her. I'm not thinking about her. I don't go out of my way to start drama with her. Like, I don't care. I've never cared about her this much to where I'm like sitting here pressed about what she got going on. This girl stalks my Instagram, stalks my TikTok. She'll call his parents talking about, Kobe's posting about me and posting about me and posting about me. And mind you, I've never posted about this girl. Literally, she relates to my stuff. Now she relates to my stuff because it's about single mothers and like single parents and baby daddy and when you're a baby mama or whatever the case is. But I post up like that because I'm literally a whole baby mother, a whole single mother, or I deal with that stuff too. So because she relates to it, she takes it as, oh, Kobe's posting about me. And I really just like, girl, nobody cares about you. But anyway, y'all, he did that, and he's trying to like blame me, and I look at him like, are you kidding me? Like, is that really what you're trying to do right now? Next thing I know, she goes and she texts me, and she's like, that's why I'm still messing with him, that's why we was just sleeping together the other day, da 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 da. I look at him like, mind you, me and him were just starting to talk again. Okay, me and him were just starting to talk again. He's telling me he want to get back with me. He's telling me he's the only one that he want to be with, and blase, 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 blase. No, we have not. When we started talking, we did not start sleeping with each other. Gotta be together before we just, you know. But texting me that, and I turn around and I look at him like, so you sleeping with her? So I'm like, literally like, so you sleeping with her? And he's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to put you through that. I was going through something and she called me at a bad time. After he was literally just trying to blame me for everything that happened, he got caught up and he knew I was about to stop talking to him. And he goes, I'm so sorry, I'm done with her, she's crazy, and I never want to talk to her again, and blah, 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 blah. So I'm just like literally I had nothing else to say to him. And then that's when he starts doing the most. He sees that like I have a few scratches, and he's like, here, let me get a band-aid, I'm sorry, let me kiss it, you okay? I'm so sorry, I would never put you through that again. And yeah, y'all, my dumb self said, okay, it's okay. No, I didn't say okay, it's okay. I literally was like, bye, we'll talk about this later. And that was that. I mean, y'all, it was funny though also because she texted me that, and then she ended up texting me a whole bunch of other stuff. I don't know if I want to get into that, because she kind of like tried to come for my son and like tried to like be really disrespectful and be like, that's why I hope your son, you know, girl, okay. But that's what she wanted to do, that's what she wanted to say, and that's what she felt. And honestly, I'm not gonna say I understand like where she was coming from, but I understand why she was acting the way she was acting, simply because they were still she was still sleeping with him. So obviously if you have a baby with someone and you're still sleeping with them, you're gonna have feelings towards them. That I didn't know at the time. Had I known that originally, like that, all of that probably would have been avoided. I probably would have never went to the event to begin with. But apparently she already knew that he wanted to mess with me again, and he didn't tell me that because he knew I wasn't gonna mess with him, knowing that he's messing with her. That's what happened. So yeah, y'all, that's what happened that day. That was very much fun, and we got into a fight, and yeah, that's how I found out he was low-key cheating on me, even though he wasn't really cheating on me, because we weren't, technically he says we weren't really together yet. But if you telling someone you want to be with them and you still love them, that's kind of like contradicting for you to be sleeping with somebody else. And then another thing, it's like you would think like that's something like he would let me know. If you know they're both the people that you're with are about to be in the same room with you there, why wouldn't you tell me that y'all are still messing with each other, you know? But yeah, y'all, that's how that went. That's how I found that out. And after that, it was really a bunch of back and forth between me and him. Yeah, currently I'm really trying to just avoid anybody at this point. But let me go put my son to sleep. Y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications. That was 40 good minutes. It's 2:20. My son needs to take a nap. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.